Hello guys, in the last video we start a new chapter, that is congruence relation on Z. In that we learn definition of congruence modulo n, that is an integer a and b is said to be congruent to b modulo n if and only if a is divisible by n. That is, in a mathematical form we write a is congruent to b mod n if and only if n divides a minus b. And we studied theorem, that is how to show congruence modulo n is equivalence relation. For that proof you can watch my previous video. So in today's video we learn one more theorem, that is a is congruent to b modulo n if and only if a and b leaves the same remainder when divided by n. Okay, we prove this theorem in 3 steps. In the first step we take 2 remainders, and for that remainder we apply division algorithm theorem. In a step 2 we will prove this 2 remainder are equal, and in the last step we prove the converse part. Let's see the proof step by step. In a step 1 we take 2 remainders, that is p1 and p2, and we apply division algorithm theorem for that. Okay, and here we take a and b, so we write a is equal to, we apply here division algorithm, so we write a is equal to nq1 plus p1, where p1 is between 0 to n, and b is equal to nq2 plus p2, where p2 is between 0 to n, for some integer q1 and q2. This is the first step. Now in step 2 we will show this p1 and p2 are equal. So we have given a is congruent to b mod n, so we put the values of a and b. Okay, so here a is nq1 plus p1, so we write here nq1 plus p1, which is equal to b की value nq2 plus p2 mod n. Now this n divides q1 plus p1 minus nq2 plus p2. Okay, how we write this? N divides a minus b. This is how we write. So this is our a and this is b, so we write a minus b. Now what? N term in one bracket and other term in second bracket, so we write n divide n q1 minus q2 plus p1 minus p2. So here we get n divides p1 minus p2, and this is in the form n divide a minus b, which is, we can write a is congruent to b mod n. Okay, so this is a, this is b, so we write p1 is congruent to p2 mod n, where p1 is between 0 to n and p2 is also between 0 to n. Now since p1 minus p2 is divisible by n and both p1 and p2 are positive integers less than n, we get p1 minus p2 is equal to 0, hence p1 is equal to p2. That's we have to show in step 2. Okay, now in step 3 we prove converse part, that is we have p1 is equal to p2 and we claim a is congruent to b mod n. Now we subtract the equations, that is a is equal to nq1 plus p1 and b is equal to nq2 plus p2. Okay, so we subtract this a minus b is equal to, here we take n common, so we get n q1 minus q2 plus this p1 minus p2. Okay, so from that we consider this whole term as a q, so we write a minus b is equal to nq, and which implies n divides a minus b, which is equal to a is congruent to b mod n. This is how we prove the theorem. So here we have some properties. If a is congruent to b mod n, then a plus x is equal to b plus x mod n, and a into x is congruent to bx mod n. Okay, one can easily prove this. Let's move on to second property, that is, if a into x is congruent to bx mod n, and if nx is equal to 1, means GCD of nx is equal to 1, then a is congruent to b mod n. Okay, so how we prove this? Let's see quickly. We have given as is congruent to bx mod n, which is imply n divide ax minus bx, which imply n divides, we take x common, a minus b. Okay, and the GCD of nx is equal to 1, so which equal to n divides a minus b, which implies a is congruent to b mod n. Okay, this is how we prove. No one is going to ask this property, but you have to remember this. Now the third property is, if a is congruent to b mod n, c is congruent to d mod n, then a plus c is congruent to b plus d mod n, and a minus c is congruent to b minus d mod n, and a into c is congruent to bd mod n. You can easily prove this by assuming this, and you have to add these two terms. Okay, when you write this in equation form, you will get this. You have, for first case, you have to add the equation 1 and 2. Fraction, you have to subtract those two equations, and for multiplication you have to just multiply this equation. That's it. Okay, so this is how you can prove this. I gave you as an exercise to solve. So that's it for today's video. In the next video we will take some examples based on this. Okay, so bye.